Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sand Hills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning, happy Thursday, and happy New Year to you. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen with you on Early Break. Bill Busch out today. He will call, though, today at 7:30 for Bill's Thrills.
Oh, awesome.
Sip, how are you? Do you feel like it's a brand new year today?
Is today, wasn't yesterday New Year's
Yeah,
Day?
we are now 2
Why are we
days.
having this conversation?
We are 2 days into the new year. We weren't here yesterday, so you didn't have a chance to talk on the air in the new year. That's why I asked the question.
Probably okay. I don't know about
Just making
Happy
sure you're
New
with
Year's.
us here.
I thought we did the whole Happy New Year's thing last couple.
Well, I did. I wasn't on the
You
show.
can still do it.
I wasn't on the show on the 31st. I did do my Auld Lang Syne song on the 30th as my bid farewell to this past year, to the new year. Hello
By
by
who?
Slade. Great song. It is a great song.
A Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Young Ben's with us also, by the way.
This show's not taped, by the way.
No, we are live. It is 6:02 on Thursday morning on January 2nd, 2025. Our first show of the new year. Yes.
I obviously have hang. I don't know why I'm so hung up on that we did that stuff yesterday. I think I need another.
The mic's being weird over there for you. Why don't we change microphones and push that one down? It's sometimes you get tech problems in these parts. Not often, but once in a while. As Sip's trying to figure out a new microphone here, and we'll get him situated. I think mic 4 was what I was told was having some issues last week. I didn't think about that when I was not here. But again, Happy New Year to everybody. We'll get to the football games here in a second. This is
show.
No, this is on tape. This is live. Sometimes things happen on live radio with microphones, and that's the way to. Oh, now we're good.
No, I have this hang up now. I think on January 2nd, you don't say Happy New Year anymore because you already did that stuff. But that's
I didn't see
probably
you
wrong.
yesterday. I just texted you Happy New Year and Bill in the group chat.
I'm admitting I'm being erroneous here. Like if I go to Planet Fitness today, I can greet friends and say, "Hey, Happy New Year."
Yeah, because you haven't seen him this year.
Right.
It's January 2nd.
Right. Ben's looking at me.
A lot of gyms were closed yesterday, even though there's a lot of resolutions were to get fit and stay in shape.
Mine was open.
I'm glad that it was for you, but I think it's okay to say Happy New Year until about probably the 5th or 6th, so a couple more days.
It is. Okay, I got another idle chit chat that I got to run by you.
Okay,
Ben, I need you to do a thumbs up or thumbs down on this too. Ben's here with us.
Young Ben, Benito,
our producer.
Yes.
Okay, I was talking to Missing Tooth Greg on the way in, and for the first time in my life, I used a word I'd never used it before in my life in a football to describe a football play. And I want to ask you, is this obnoxious? I thought it sounded incredibly obnoxious. I said the word instead of touchdown. I kept saying tutty.
It's a little obnoxious. It's a term that the kids might use.
I said Ewers on 4th and 13 in overtime through a 28-yard tutty. Is that
a term that people do use for touchdowns.
Ben's saying obnoxious.
But I would say, it leans obnoxious on that one, especially if it's overused, like you're trying to make sure that he's hearing you say it. I'm not saying touchdown. I'm saying tutty. You hear me? I'm saying tutty. I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm in.
I wasn't overdoing it, but I did say it 2 or 3 times. Then I described another play. I said, tutty. And I was like, why am I saying tutty? I've never said it in my life.
You used the word subterfuge on the airwaves on Monday. You did. I was speechless for a few seconds. Like, I've never used that. I know the word. I've never used that word in my life. I can tell you, without a doubt, I've never in a sentence
No, you probably have.
Without having to repeat the word being said. I've never gone out of my way to use the word subterfuge in any sort of sentence in my lifetime. I'm 33 years old.
And you probably have never written it either.
No,
I understand.
all I've ever done is look up the definition of subterfuge. That's all I've ever done with that word.
It was used correctly. I went back and listened. It was used correctly. So you're out on. You're probably saying tutty. No, don't do it.
It seems forced. If you did it one time as a kind of random, if you keep saying the term over and over and over again, trying to emphasize that I'm trying to be cool and hip here, then it's definitely obnoxious. That's just the rule of life.
It's very organic. It just came to me.
But you said like 8 times, though. You said I kept saying
three,
tutty,
yeah,
tutty.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers to Matthew Golden, excuse me, Matthew Golden.
We'll get to the game in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to the game. 4th and 13 in overtime. Though.
Yes.
4th and 13. Sark can call offense.
We had this is Idle Chit Chat, by the way, sponsored by RenewYourAuto.com. Please call or text David today to start off your January because he will take care of you. 833-3858. 833-3858. Call or text David today for all your auto needs, ceramic coatings, window tinting, and more. Had a moment before the show started. About 5:58.
What happened?
I was trying to go find a Kleenex or a paper towel to blow my nose with.
Do you still need to do that?
And here's what happened. Now, I guess it was kind and considerate by you, but also disgusting at the same point. I see a wadded up bunch of napkins over by your computer. You said, well, you could use these. I said, excuse me? You want me to go use your clearly used and nasty napkins for my nose? I appreciate the sentiment, but I didn't need it that badly.
There's 3 of them that are together, and I think if I pulled the middle one out, it would have been untouched.
That's not a risk I want to take.
Yeah,
right
there's some risk involved.
Unnecessary risk.
There's some risk involved, but not. I think you would have been fine. I wouldn't advise it. This is really idle.
I'm not really surprised. I'm just disappointed that one of our first encounters of the new year was you offering me a used tissue to blow my nose with. So thank you for that. I did decline, for those who are curious. I did not take the offer. I'm not going to take the offer. That's fine.
I mean, if you really want to get into it, it just kind of sort of depends on how used. And I would say they weren't used that much. I did blow my nose in it, but there wasn't a lot going on. I mean, you asked. You didn't ask.
I am curious. Yeah,
you raised the conversation. You would have been okay.
I am curious before we move on from Idle Chit Chat. Nick was here on Tuesday.
Thank you to Swim
for New Year's Eve, and I'm told that the conversation about the bed situation came up on the airwaves again.
It did.
What was his version of the story in your words, and what was the listener response to what he said? I told you on the airwaves Monday how this went down. He had a chance to stay on the side of the bed every night and declined, with the pillow wall being something that we both said would be the case.
Never said anything about a pillow wall.
Right. And that was the thing. I said, if you sleep in this bed, there will be a pillow wall. And he said, okay, I get that. But he probably attacked me saying I was being...
Was it a queen or a king?
It was a queen.
That's pretty small.
What was his stance on it? You want to
He never mentioned a pillow wall, but he wasn't...
Of course he did.
He wasn't complaining about sleeping on the floor. The main thrust of his story was he was amazed that on the second day that a big bag of linens, beddings came, not linen. Yeah, linens, beddings. A big bag of beddings came fresh for the floor. That he went to the front desk
because a cot could not fit in that room. That is for sure true. There was no cot that could have fit in that room.
He used some beddings the first night, and then he didn't even ask, and they came with like a lawn bag of beddings for the second night, and that was amazing to him. It was amazing
at about 1 a.m. Oh, by the way,
really?
Yeah,
really.
It was. Well, he went to the front desk like at 12:30.
That was the first night.
12:45.
Yeah, the first night.
Second night.
Oh,
he didn't go for that the first night. I'm pretty sure. I don't think so. I don't remember for sure how it went down.
Confused right now.
I am as well, because that trip was a blur.
Okay.
Remains to be a blur, but
It was
it was
fun,
fun.
though.
It was fun.
Tell me it wasn't fun.
I'm happy to be back in Lincoln, Nebraska right now.
Tell me it wasn't fun.
Travels were fun, but I'm happy to be back here right now.
I'm happy, but it was. I mean, remember there was some apprehension on going, and there was some even mocking that Nebraska was playing in the Pinstripe Bowl. I will never mock the Pinstripe Bowl again. I thought it was an excellent experience for everybody, albeit costly for fans. I mean, for fans.
A lot of fans would say, listen, we have not been to a bowl game trip for 8 years. We'll spend the money. We've been saving it up for a long time. Yes, New York City is expensive. And yes, it's a pain to get around sometimes, but it's time to spend.
Right.
We've been saving for 8 years. It's time to spend.
And spend you do. It's the most expensive city in America at this time, I was told, during the Christmas season. I mean, it is. Spend you do. But I thought it was fun.
But fun you have. Yoda over here. Okay. I think that's
fun you have. Show will do.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friend David at Renew. Please call or text David again at 402-833-3858 and go to him for all your vehicle needs, ceramic coatings, window tinting, rust proofing, and more at renewyourauto.com. 464-5685. Call or text as always. Hang on a second. By the way, I forgot one thing. I forgot something. We got a gift. We have a gift I have to unveil to you here.
This is going to work.
Oh, I'm going to give this gift out, and Bill will get his when he comes back.
Okay.
Be back probably next week, I would say. Got a gift. I came to work this morning, and I saw a massive box on my desk. Massive. It's a massive box. Is it not?
It is big.
It came with a note. This is from Rob Lutfia, a daily breaker who lives in Metro St. Louis, the Metro, town and country of Missouri.
Okay, Rob. Yeah, okay.
It says, gentlemen, thanks for all the entertainment and insight throughout the year. Apologies if this arrives after Christmas, as I've been buried with trial work.
He's an attorney.
But I hope you and your families have a very Merry Christmas and a healthy and prosperous New Year. Sincerely, Rob, a daily breaker. What was in the massive box?
This is fun. This is Christmas.
What we have here
Whoa.
is our backpack coolers.
Whoa.
If you're going to go tailgate, you can put some beers in these and not have to worry about carrying it on,
Oh my
with your
God.
hand. Put it on your back. It's a backpack.
What's it say on it?
It says Lutfia Law Firm. Hope I'm not saying his name wrong. It looks like Lutfia.
That's probably right. What a nice gift. I mean,
This one says my name on it. I'll get yours out.
those are good looking. Those are good looking.
Nice way to start the new year. Christmas is still going here. That's Sips. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you. Just
And I'll get yours during the break. It's in here, though.
Wait,
so.
Benito got one
Yeah,
too?
you got 4. Bill, Sip, me, you, and Ben.
We were hoping Ben's a part of the show for a long, long time.
Yeah. See if we can make that happen. So
That is a nice gift.
thank you to Rob Lutfia, a daily breaker lawyer from attorney at law at Lutfia Law Firm in Town and Country, Missouri, the Metro of St. Louis.
So you can take these to a tailgate and keep your drink of choice cold.
Right. Not have to worry about carrying it with you in a big cooler.
Isn't that an interesting concoction?
I'm a big fan of backpack coolers.
Oh,
I have one.
they're not new.
No, this is not new, but I like them.
Backpack coolers are a thing.
Yes.
God, we had real quick idle chit chat, sponsored by Renew Auto.
Yep. Renew your auto. Yeah.
Renew your auto. Renew your auto. We do that every day, and I got it wrong.
It's okay.
Renew your auto. You know what? I didn't know. We're going to take this when Bill comes back. We'll save this conversation. I'm bringing this up as a precursor to that conversation.
Okay.
I was freaked out on Friday by a revelation. It's a revelation to me. It will not be a revelation to you or hardly anybody. It was a revelation to me that you play golf. People play golf, not just you. Everybody now plays golf accompanied by music. I had no idea.
I'm not every time that.
Oh, you're
I'd
not?
say I'm more often than not playing music.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a thing now.
That's a thing. Yeah. AD says he does it all the
He
time.
does. Yes, he does.
And
I can
Swim.
confirm. Yep.
Swim does it.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was even available. I haven't played golf in a while.
You didn't know you could play music on your phone when you're playing golf?
I
Or
wouldn't
just
even
in general?
consider doing it. It wouldn't even be a thing that enters my mind.
If you ever go to a scramble golf tournament, like four-man scrambles, they're all over the place. All you're going to see is speakers in every golf cart. People just blaring music. It's just a fun time. It's a party.
I'm not advocating or for or advocating against.
That's
I'm
great.
just saying I didn't know.
That's how long you've not played.
I lean toward I'm sort of
our trip
aghast by it.
Our trip to Jim Egger 4 years ago was your first time playing golf in 15 years, you thought.
Yeah. And I didn't hear any music.
And you haven't played golf since.
I have not. I have not heard any. I didn't hear any music that day. That wasn't that long ago. Right?
Yeah.
Well, there was no music out.
No, there wasn't. That was COVID times. There's weird times as well.
Was that COVID times?
Yeah. The pin had like the foam cup on. You couldn't actually make a putt. You hit the foam cup and that was in. It was like a pool noodle. That was the cup then. So.
That's right. It was a pool noodle. You're right.
All right, we're moving on. 464-5685. Call or text as always. I got so many texts this weekend last couple of days from SIP regarding the playoff, just with the hashtag Blue Bloods. And so far, it's been good for the Blue Bloods in the playoff. The last three games so far have been played. New Year's Eve, you had Penn State beat Boise State 31-14. Fast start for Penn State, and they held on to win that game by 17 points.
Ashton Junty ran for 104.
He did.
Makes you want that quarterback, and I thought the quarterback was going to be a problem. He kind of was. He had a good completion percentage, but threw 3 picks. Boise State had 13 penalties for 90 yards, and they missed a kick.
Yeah.
And then their coach went to the podium afterward and said, "See, we belonged." And I'm like,
he missed 2 kicks, by the way.
Missed 2 kicks. I said, "See, you just lost by 17. Like, what are you talking about? This is okay. Now I'm going to get really obnoxious. Okay. And I can't even help it. I can't help it sometimes. If you put Boise State in the Big Ten, what do you think they're finishing? They're not finishing 11-1. I'll tell you that.
No, but their 2 losses this year were to Big Ten teams. They lost to Oregon by 3.
Yeah. And they'd probably lose to 3 other Big Ten teams if they had to play that gauntlet. I hate going down that road because it's a hypothetical that you can't prove either way, and that's unfair to you. So we don't need to go down it. But when I watched that game, I thought, they're not going to beat Penn State. You could tell within the first 3 series.
But they fought back. Like, they were never fully.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm just saying they didn't get beat 48-0.
No, I'm a blue blood guy.
I understand that. I received a lot of texts from you about that.
And it's not just blue blood. It's just this concept of, SMU's a good team, Sip. Oh, God, really? Yeah, they're all right. Really? How'd that go? How'd that quarterback look that day when it was cold and it was tough sledding? Oh, God dang, SMU's good. Oh, yeah.
Kevin Jennings had a horrendous game.
Let's see what they look like in the Big Ten or the SEC. Let's see what that looks like. Am I being obnoxious?
Are you done?
Am I being obnoxious?
You had more to go on that?
No.
Still. So Penn State wins.
Ben doesn't agree with me.
31-14. Now, I mean,
Ben, you have to agree with me on this. The results are the results. Now, I will say this. I watched that Arizona State Texas game closely. Arizona State is they got some legit talent. Other than scatter.
Well, let's go there because the Penn State game we handled, it was not really competitive. 31-14. Again, Boise was not blown out. It was respectable, but 31-14 lost. Their season's over.
Junty had 104 is all.
Yesterday, the first game of the day in the playoff was Texas and Arizona State. This is a game that Texas led by 16 points in the fourth quarter and it went to overtime. Goes to overtime at 24-all. Arizona State takes the lead in overtime, 31-24. And then, as you mentioned earlier, a 4th and 13. The Sun Devils try to bring the house, and nobody gets home. Nobody gets through the line.
That's what you texted.
And Texas goes deep, and you said Matthew Golden is his name?
I believe it was Matthew Golden, who's their best receiver, got behind the defense.
Gets wide open somehow on 4th and 13 to get the touchdown. Extra point is made. And then Texas wins. They score right away in double overtime, get the 2-point conversion. ASU gets picked off in overtime. 39-31. Texas moves on to the semifinals of the college football playoff. And it was a great game. We cannot go too far in this game, Sip, without mentioning how incredible and just awesome it is to watch Cam Scatterbo, the running back for Arizona State, who, by the way, again, we keep saying Sacramento State transfer. He was not there last year. He was not in Division One, main FBS. He was in FCS football. He threw a touchdown pass. He ran the ball well. He had a 61-yard catch in this game. I know they lost the football game, but that guy is incredible, and he showed up big time in the big moment.
He rushed 30 times for 143 yards, hard-fought yards. And he was ill. He vomited before the fourth quarter. Then he looked a lot. I think once he vomited, he was way better. That's just my amateur analysis, medical analysis. He rushed 30 times for 143 and 2 touchdowns. He threw that pass for 42, right?
On a fourth down, by the way, the fourth down play. Threw it up just to keep it alive, and they caught it and went for a touchdown.
Cam Scatterbo also had 8 receptions for 99 yards, including the 62-yarder that you mentioned.
Yes,
where he pushed off on that play.
Good players make plays.
He pushed off, but it was I'm not gonna. There's a lot of what you notice. There's a lot of hand fighting with receivers and DBs. But anyway, it was a great play by him. Scatterbo. What Scatterbo is to me, it's pretty. A lot of his effectiveness is because he's so low and he gets low to the ground. And you often hear coaches talk about it. Low man wins. When he's in traffic, like for instance, when he's close to the goal line, and one of the times he got in, he was just a low man. He's low. And his leg drive is exceptional. I wanted to push back on Scatterbo. I couldn't. He's good. He's a good player.
I think you'll love this stat. I love that the fact is brought up. So I was driving back from Colorado during most of this game. I watched the end of the fourth quarter and watched overtime, so I got to see that. But at one point, I believe in the second or third quarter, Cam Scatterbo ran the football, and a player went down for Texas. And I was listening to the Arizona State broadcast on Sirius XM. I think it was on the Fox Sports Radio
that's
channel.
You were doing.
Yeah, I was listening.
I was wondering I know you were driving.
So the sideline reporter from ASU chimes into the broadcast saying, "Guys, that is the 12th player this season that a Cam Scatterbo run has delivered a player to the medical tent for the other team." They had that on file that was the 12th person that a Cam Scatterbo run or play directly sent a player to their medical tent for that team.
He's real.
He is a dude.
He's real. He's real.
He run. Yeah, you love that guy. He runs hard.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's that guy. He is. And again, I wanted to be. I'm forever the skeptic, especially on the non-blue blood teams. But Arizona State, it's Scatterbo's really good. Levitt's really good. Levitt is really good. Sam Levitt, their quarterback. And that player that they were missing in the first half.
Yeah, the defensive player.
Yeah, because of the targeting.
Let me get his name real quick. He was really good.
He is really a player. And they have
Shamari Simmons.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, he made some plays.
Yeah, Shamari Simmons came in the second half because he was sidelined the first half because he had targeting. Oh, Greg, that's Greg, and Greg is here. He had targeting the game before. It's okay. Those three are really good, but they're just good. I don't know what happened. They were 3-9 last year.
Yes,
and I don't know what the injection of talent was like from the portal, but I can tell you this: Kenny Dillingham is a real coach. Obviously, you went 3-9 to that. I mean, this was not any sort of fluke. The fluke was that Texas was ahead by 24-8 at one point. I mean,
the yardage was way in favor of ASU at that point.
Well,
ASU
the final yardage was way ahead of ASU. ASU put 510 on Texas.
They did
510, and it was 510 to 375 was the final yardage. ASU is real. And how the hell they were picked like last?
Dead last in the Big 12. That's why, Sip. Now you can get it right. But in this age of the portal and every team just changing so much year in, year out, not just not developing freshmen and see what they can do, but getting players from other schools that have played or maybe are weighing or trying to play.
Finish your thought.
It's hard to know who's good and who's not. It's hard to evaluate
100.
who has a good portal class and who doesn't.
100.
Because how do they mesh with the coaching staff? How do they gel with the new players? Like, it's all about
who are the new players.
Yeah, who are they? We can say what we want about, hey, Nebraska has a great portal class. Do they? It looks on paper like they do.
Right.
But is it a great portal class? Who said that it was a great class for ASU? Who knew about Cam Scadaboo? I repeat, he came from Sacramento State.
So here's the deal. Those preseason prognostications mean less and less. And more than ever, you probably should be very skeptical when you see them. Like when we see now in January the way too early projections for 2025, dismiss them.
We won't. We won't.
We should.
We'll read them. But
how would you know about Nebraska, for instance? How would a writer, say in Montgomery, Alabama, know anything about what Nebraska's done in the portal? Jake, how would they know? And how would they know what, like, are they really going to check out film of Isaiah Hunter? Oh, yeah, he's going to help Nebraska. No, they're not. I would just counsel, don't worry about preseason prognostications. We have to because we have a radio show and we need content.
That's right. We will bring it up still.
But we should be very skeptical. Arizona State is a leading reason why you should be skeptical. Picked last in the Big 12. 3-9 last year, and I think 3-9 the year before. And they are good. They are legit. This was no fluke season. They're just good. Now, Levitt and Scadaboo are huge reasons, and they're first-year players. Another reason. How would you have known Sam Levitt was going to be this good? How did you know Sam Levitt was going to, he has like 450 scramble yards this year. He can really go. I mean, Levitt can run.
Now, you and I, we both liked him at Michigan State, but didn't see him being a 12 or 11-3 type of team at ASU. Didn't see that coming. Again, you and I both thought he was pretty decent when Nebraska lost to them last year at Michigan State.
100, but I didn't envision this. But I did give a shout out to Graham Couch.
You said it right. Good job.
Of the Lansing newspaper,
yes.
Who told me when Nebraska was courting him, he said, oh, he's going to be special. He's a great one. He's a great one. And I was very skeptical. Like, Graham is a smart dude, and he's a veteran writer, so I should have listened more closely. But I was like, really? And there you are. There.
Sam Levitt this year, by the way, 24 touchdowns, 6 picks at Arizona State. 24-6. Pretty solid.
He's a good passer. Good. What I think separates him is he can really run it too. He's a good runner. Quick twitch guy. Ben is eating a roll.
So 39-31, Texas moves on. They beat ASU in the best game of the playoffs by far so far.
Yeah.
And then last night in the afternoon, you're watching the Rose Bowl, and you expect at least a game. Maybe you expected Ohio State to win, but not the way it happened. This was 34-0 midway through the second quarter. 34-0 Ohio State. Now, Oregon gets a touchdown to end the half to make it 34-8 at halftime. They score again in the second half to make it 34-15. You're thinking, here we go. But not so fast. 41-15, then the Buckeyes get a touchdown. They win the game. 41-21. Domination, and hello once again to Jeremiah Smith, the excellent receiver who was simply unstoppable in the first half for the Buckeyes. Their defense was dominant. Their playmakers made plays. And Sip, here's what I thought through this game was Chip Kelly was just toying with his food during the regular season, because through 2 playoff games, they have rolled Tennessee and they have rolled Oregon. And the offense has not looked better at all than it does right now.
I couldn't agree with you more. I hate to disagree with you. I don't know about playing with his food. I wonder a little bit about what the hell he was doing against Nebraska as I watch. And you're right. Schematically, sliced and diced Tennessee.
Yes.
Schematically, took it to another level of slice and dice against Oregon. How's Jeremiah Smith that open where he's waiting for a touchdown pass for 2 seconds, like a punt? Like where was the defense? Yeah, where was the defense? Hey, Dan Lanning, the shine's off you a little bit. The shine's off of him a little bit right now.
Well, they went 13-1.
I know, but how many big games is Lanning winning?
He beat Ohio State the first time this year.
Postseason.
He beat Penn State in the title game, the Big Ten title game.
Shine's off.
I don't know if it's off. He's still pretty dang good. I'm not going that far.
Shine's off.
This was a rough game for them.
Got walloped.
They were the Big Ten champs.
We're going to discuss that
We like
later.
it at 7 o'clock. Yeah.
We will not discuss that now.
No.
I read the rundown. We will not discuss that now. But yes, you're looking right now at Jeremiah Smith's stats. I know
am
you so well. Go ahead.
7 catches, 187 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Jeremiah Smith.
Who looks like the prime threat to win it all right now?
The Buckeyes are rolling.
They look. I mean, if you're picking a winner, you would have to start with them. I think.
I will be curious if Notre Dame, who did that game in a second, when they play today against Georgia, if they were to win, which I think they will beat Georgia.
Okay.
I think they are very scary also in this conversation.
Okay.
But if Georgia wins, I just don't believe in them. If they beat Notre Dame, then I would say, yeah, Ohio State goes for sure to the clear favorite to win the championship at this point.
Now Ohio State is going to play Texas next in the Cotton Bowl. It looks to me after watching Texas the first 2 rounds, especially yesterday, which I didn't watch the game in its entirety. I mean, if Arizona State puts 510 on Texas, naturally you're going to think, okay, Ohio State is going to put up a number on Texas, but Texas is very good. They're usually very good defensively. They're loaded with talent defensively. My God, Jake, one thing you might do if you're a Nebraska fan and you're just wondering how far is Nebraska away. Now I know what you're going to say. Well, what happened at the Horseshoe this year? Nebraska had them on the ropes. They did in a game. They did. But if you look, and this occurred to me yesterday as I was watching at Missing Tooth Greg's house on his big screen. They just panned to a big shot of Ohio State's defense. It looks like an NFL defense. Personnel wise, the Buckeyes probably have the best defense in America. And if you're a Nebraska fan, it's informative to look at it. And this is what you got to do. This is the kind of defense you have to have. This is the kind of personnel you have to have. If you're really serious about winning it all, if you're really serious about winning the Big Ten, this is the personnel you have to have. And it looks like an NFL team.
But we thought all year long, where has it been? Where's it been all year? It was not horrible this year at Ohio State. But Nebraska moved the ball pretty well against Ohio State.
Pretty well. They did.
Michigan just beat them. Now, Michigan ends the year, by the way. I got to give them a quick shout out. They went 8-5. They're not in the playoff, but Michigan ends the year as a massive dog to Ohio State on the road and wins.
Wait, yes.
Michigan was a 16.5-point underdog to Alabama in their bowl game, and they won 19-13.
And you know who gets $30 Outback gift card for that?
Who?
You're looking at him.
Who'd you bet?
Swim on the air.
Yeah. You bet straight up or covering?
No, just covering. But when he asked me the spread, I said it must be about 7. When he told me 16.5, I about fell off my chair.
And they won the game.
Yeah, they won the
game.
Make
sure he delivers that gift card.
Oh, when he walks in today, I'm going to say, have you stopped at Outback yet?
I'll make sure that's done. We pay our bets on this show. Yeah. We do.
Oh, and we went at it on it.
It's not a gambling show, but we pay our bets and we do gamble.
Outback gift card is pretty $30. I should have probably said a little bit more. But anyway, the Buckeyes. So you're in agreement. The Buckeyes right now would be the team to pick. Who would be your second team?
Again, it depends to me. If Notre Dame beats Georgia and they beat them by 10, 7 to 10 points or more, I'm saying that they are going to be in the conversation.
And they one of these teams, Georgia or Notre Dame, is going to play Penn State in the Orange Bowl. That to determine who plays for it all. Okay, Jake, there's that looming, very strong possibility that it's all Big Ten. It's very strong possibility.
Penn
State's playing really well.
They are playing well.
Penn State is I like it. I like it because of what I said earlier. I don't want a little cute story. I want the right teams in there. The one thing I do like about the playoff, there's a lot I like about the playoff. It's been extraordinary in my opinion, even with the lopsided results. It's still fun.
Except for the Texas game.
Yeah, except for that.
Double overtime.
But it weeds out the cute little stories. They got to get rid of that. They got
ASU was a cute story that made double overtime.
Right, and but they got weeded out. JC, I struck a nerve with Ben. And Ben's playing that card of, there was the targeting. Oh, really? You want a game decided by a tackle? It was, borderline. No, Ben. No. That's not what we want football to become.
They didn't get weeded out. They just lost a great football game. Boise State got weeded out. SMU got weeded out. Arizona State did not get weeded out. They lost a game. That was an excellent game.
What was it?
It was an L. I want to mention this though, but there was supposed to be a fourth game yesterday. Of course, a third game yesterday. A situation, of course, terrible situation in New Orleans. Notre Dame and Georgia will play today at 3 p.m. on ESPN due to a terrorist attack, essentially.
Yes,
in New Orleans.
Yeah,
a situation where somebody was driving a truck around 3 a.m. on Bourbon Street.
Mm-hmm.
Left at this point, I think 15 people are dead based on this situation.
Yes. He gunned it. I watched video of it. It's horrifying. He wasn't just driving around; he was driving through.
Yeah,
and it was not good.
There is no way that game could be played yesterday. I'm surprised we were able to play today. This is still relative. This was New Year's Day morning at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's you're right. That's a quick turnaround.
So
that is a quick turnaround.
Well, we'll watch that game today at 3 p.m. In New Orleans, but still a terrible situation. Thinking of all those involved, and certainly just. That should be a fun trip. You're watching your team play. Now you're thinking about all that stuff going on. That's no fun. But 3:00 today, Notre Dame and Georgia. Before we get to break, Sip, Are you hungry?
Are you?
I'm always hungry. That's why I'm always thinking about Early Bird at 19th and K because they've got breakfast burritos. They've got a variety of pancakes like banana pancakes, blueberry, strawberry. They also have chicken fried steak, which is smothered. And who could forget the world famous hash holes?
Hash holes.
Hash holes.
Hash holes.
Get them today at 19th K. Open every single day, 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Breakfast, brunch, and lunch at Early Bird.
I got a lot of hash holes on this trip. I don't get them as much as you and Bill do. I keep a lower profile than you guys.
You sure about that?
Yes. And I got a lot of hash holes.
I got hash holes too. It was a good feeling.
Yeah.
Glad people were there.
Yeah. There's a guy in the Chicago airport, I think it was, who wanted me to belt it out. I said, no, I'm not doing that.
That's for show only. When we come back, there's some more news in the transfer portal for Nebraska. We'll discuss that next in an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has added new strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today, and you can be one of the first to try it out. We're raising the bar with new benches, and our new hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all of the best-in-class equipment we've always had, with most clubs open 24 hours, so you can work out your way on your time. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 10th. See Home Club for details.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Segment 2, as always, sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids Farmers. We know that volume discounts are a major factor in ordering seed, and oftentimes discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to beckshybrids.com for a full farm quote, and always remember the 3 F's, faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids. It also wishes you all a very happy new year, which is fine to say on the 2nd
I think
of
you're right.
January.
Yeah, I've been very obnoxious today. And you're right about that. You can say Happy New Year today to people.
Did you resolve to be annoying in 2025? Obnoxious? Is that your resolution? You just said it right there. I've been very obnoxious this morning.
Ben even chastised.
He did.
For my
ASU did not get weeded out. They lost the game.
Weeded
double
out.
overtime.
Hey, you give up a 4th and
SMU
13.
weeded out. Fine.
You give up a 4th and 13 in that situation. What's going on?
It was a really bad blitz by them. They brought the house, and nobody even got close to yours. Nobody got close.
Missing Tooth Greg, by the way, his ruling on me saying Tutty is no go. It's an abomination. No tutties. Tutty.
No. Touchdown.
Okay.
Well, speaking of touchdowns, hopefully Nebraska's added somebody that can help with the touchdowns receiving.
Forced segment.
Yeah, well, it was forced. I try sometimes. Happy New Year, everybody. Trying new things here. Although the transfer portal window is closed, we still have news regarding the transfer portal, Sip, that we learned on New Year's Eve that speedy Husker receiver Jalen Lloyd intends to transfer from Nebraska. That was kind of a blow to Nebraska fans that see potential. He didn't have that many catches this year, but he does have speed and he has potential, but not to fear. Nebraska looks like they've added a second Kentucky receiver. So Dane Key, of course, the first receiver to Nebraska. Now, Hardly Gilmore, a four-star freshman who had 6 catches for 153 yards this season and a touchdown, is heading to Nebraska to I guess essentially replace Jalen Lloyd.
Oh, maybe you could look at it that way. I don't necessarily. Not just all due respect. I don't look at it that way. I think if Jalen Lloyd were still here, Hardly Gilmore would be here. I heard his name way last week. No, it's not. I would not look at it as a replacement for Lloyd. You could if you want to, and it's fine.
On paper, a receiver's out and a receiver's in, so it's fair to make that assessment. I will stand by it. I'm not saying
Gilmore.
I'm not saying behind the scenes, hey, we want Lloyd out, we want this guy in.
Right.
No, but on paper, one is out, one is in. Okay. It's a fine assessment.
Okay. Anyway, Gilmore's interesting. The thing to understand, and it's very simple. This is a true freshman who started in the SEC. It's very notable, Jake, that he missed the first 5 games this season due to injury. And then, I shouldn't say started, but then played a lot. The first 4 catches of his collegiate career all went for 20-plus yards. Gilmore, I think there's – I better be careful.
Oh, here we go. Come on, say something.
I think Gilmore – I'm not going to say it. Gilmore's critical. I'll put it this way. I can put it this way. Don't be surprised when you're watching Nebraska versus Cincinnati in Arrowhead. You'll probably be there, by the way, if I know you.
I have not bought tickets yet or planned on going, but there's a chance I'm there.
Don't be surprised if Hardly Gilmore isn't in the starting lineup.
What would you tell somebody?
No, don't be surprised if he is in the starting lineup. I would not be surprised if Hardly Gilmore cracks the starting.
What would you tell a skeptical fan saying he had 6 catches this year? 6.
I would say that don't be surprised if he's in the starting lineup.
So there's no response to that then.
Right. No, I know how highly regarded he is by the coaching staff here. I know that. And I watched his tape. Yeah, he was a 4-star player in high school. Very highly recruited. Turned down Penn State. The list is the who's of college football. And you see it. When you turn on the film of him playing in Bella Glade, Florida. Maybe it's Belle Glade.
I'm gonna go with Belle Glade.
Yeah, 52 catches.
Bella Glade.
52 catches for 879. Penn State offered Florida, Georgia, A&M, Bama, Miami, Tennessee, Michigan. You get the idea? Florida State. He makes tough catches in traffic. The thing anybody would like about him is he'll make a tough catch, get rocked, and not go down. He's a tough kid. Tough player, very extremely fast, by the way. But for instance, he played safety in high school, and he played an aggressive safety. He's a receiver, though. That's what he is. And by the way, he's a return man too. I don't know if he'll be a return man at Nebraska or not, but he did return. You see film of him returning punts, and it looks really good. He is a fast, tough receiver, 6'1", 178. I will not be surprised if he's in the starting lineup in game 1.
6 catches this year, but could start this upcoming year.
Missed 5 games.
I know. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer on this one, but I'm optimistic. But
here's what Busch Handman. Oh God, I butchered names. Just Hamden. He's whatever. He's Kentucky's offensive coordinator. Okay. Here's what he said about him in August. Get ready for this.
I'm ready. I'm listening.
This is Busch Hamden. the Kentucky OC in August on Hardly Gilmore. He is, in my opinion, as complete of a young receiver as I've ever been around. He's got top-end speed. He's a good route runner. He's tough. He's physical. There's a lot of things there. They fought to keep him there in Kentucky.
I would ask, if he is this good, why was he not used more? Now, again, I'm
I'm
optimistic on him. I believe he can be good.
I emphasized, Jake.
So he played 7 games and had 6 catches then.
Yeah. I mean, he's a freshman. They had Dane Key.
They did.
I mean, he wasn't their primary target. He probably wasn't their secondary target. He will be a primary target next season.
There we go. Jalen Lloyd to the portal and Hardly Gilmore in from Kentucky.
They got guys in today, too, by the way. We can cover that later.
Okay, we will. When we come back, it's time for the first song of the day of the new year, and who better than Rick Heyman to deliver that to us? Rick Heyman's Song of the Day is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has added new strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today, and you can be one of the first to try it out. We're raising the bar with new benches, and our new hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all of the best-in-class equipment we've always had, with most clubs open 24 hours, so you can work out your way on your time. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 10th. See Home Club for details.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. They are thankful for many things from 2023 and hope that 2024 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Male. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Male, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Male, the incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now. You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond.
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Once again, your song of the day, Midnight Rider by the Allman Brothers. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating and Rick Heyman, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, song of the day to kick off the new year, Sip.
Oh, Rick kicked it off. I mean, I don't even know what to say right now. How good does that sound in headphones?
Sounds really good.
And my question is, when you hear that, is that comes out, and this is where Rick will come in. When that comes out of a guitar, is the songwriter now under heavy pressure to have to write something that is representative of that ungodly good sound, or maybe the words were written first and they had, I don't know, but I mean, in my mind, I think, okay, that sound came out of a guitar, and now there's some pressure because we can't waste that sound,
right?
And then they add that second sort of very distinctive riffs that's pure Allman Brothers. It's just pure Allman Brothers. Nobody has those sort of riffs. That second part that comes in, that's just pure Allman Brothers. It's like Petty. You can listen to Petty guitar riffs, and that's Tom Petty. That's
you just know.
Yeah,
you just know.
It's like within a split second, you know it's odd. They have their very distinct sound. That song is a 9.8895.
I will go with an 8.2. Not as high, but still very good score. You want to guess Ben's score over there?
Ben liked it. I could tell by the way he's bobbing his head. He gave it an 8.5.
8.8 from Young Ben, and we are now joined on the phone by Rick Heyman of Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Rick, good morning, Happy New Year, and great scores for you to kick off this new year.
Happy New Year's, fellas.
Happy New Year.
A year that I'm kind of glad to see in the rearview mirror myself, personally.
Okay. Most of my
we
years
know,
like
yeah, really. Hey, Sip, what can you get for $30 at Outback?
Big question.
You can get
a partial steak,
a 6-ounce steak.
A baked potato.
You'll leave hungry, but at least you have something.
You need to up your bet.
You should have bet 50 at least.
Yeah, I ain't taking anybody with me. This is
it's a solo trip for
I'm
Sip.
sitting at the bar.
You're sitting at the bar. You can get 2 beers and a baked potato.
Here's my $30 gift card. Thank you.
And it's not loaded. It's not a loaded baked potato. That's it.
Just plain, please.
Butter and sour cream only.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm proud to be able to slip a cheek up on the stool. Prayers go out to Coach and his family.
Yes.
And gosh, we miss him and we love him. And there's nobody like the coach. So, gosh dang it, I hope everything comes out okay and he gets back soon. I'm going to make one comment about sports football, if I could.
Sports football, nice.
I mean, football, sports, whatever.
Okay.
So I had that concussion for the last 3 months of the year, and that sucked. And then I got the flu at the end, so I couldn't even do Christmas with the family or anything.
Man.
And it was insane. But I did get to watch a lot of these bowl games, and I got to say, honestly, we would have been fairly competitive in the vast majority of these games.
Okay.
And
we Nebraska.
I mean, and the other question I've got is why do they play every one of these frickin' most important bowl games on grass fields? It's just bizarre. I don't know.
Why do you say that?
Just
What makes you say that, Rick?
Well, it seems to me that it's a disadvantage in some aspects, that they could have been maybe better games on more of a synthetic surface, just because a lot of slipping,
first world
a lot of
take
self-tackling.
Mm-hmm.
First world take.
That's fine.
So let's get to this song. I've had the flu. I'm finally better. The concussion is better. I'm about 85%, but I was wondering about what song, and it was this week, 10 days with you guys. You were gone here and there, and it was kind of hard to get my head around getting a song. So I've always loved this song. Incidentally, this record, Idlewild South, is the second Allman Brothers record. Now, to set this up, there was no such thing at that time as country rock. There was either country or rock. And so the Allman Brothers were freaks. They were, you couldn't put them in a pigeonhole. And that's why the record companies had such a hard time with them. They wanted them to move to LA or New York. And they said, no, we're not moving. And they just went out and toured, and they played and played and played, which is why they were so tight and so good. And by the way, Dwayne, Greg's brother, was noted at the time as one of the top guitarists in the world, and he was. And he played on a lot of other major bands' hit records back then. So he was Greg's older brother, tragically died in a motorcycle accident a year after this record. And then they went on. And but boy, this record is so good that it jumps. It audibly jumps off the vinyl when you listen to the whole record. So go to YouTube, pull up Idlewild South, Allman Brothers, and listen to the entire record. They had what I call fairy dust in those days, to where there was no video, there was no computers, there was none of this stuff. There were no cell phones, there was no internet. This album jumped off the record. It was magic. It was witchcraft. Okay. So real quick, they were at Idlewild South, which is $165 a month farmhouse they rented on a lake outside Macon, Georgia. They were hanging out there, getting ready to record this record. Allman Gregg felt free to smoke marijuana because there was no cops around. They had a cabin. He was hanging out in the cabin. He said the song came to him out of nowhere. He completed a rough draft in just under an hour of writing. Wow. The song came to him. He started writing down the words. He started writing down the chords. He found himself stuck on the song's third verse, which he regarded as especially important because it was the epilogue to the first two verses. He could not come up with anything. He kept walking around singing the first part of the song. He went to his buddy, one of the roadies, Kim Payne, who was keeping watch over the band's warehouse where all their gear was. And he said to him, I cannot get this third verse. And the roadie said, we're getting high. And honestly, he was irritating me because he was singing this song over and over and over. And I got sick of hearing about it. And he said they were such perfectionists that they played things 1,000 times until they got it right. He said, so I threw out the line, I've gone past the point of caring. Some old bed I'll soon be sharing. That's the third verse of the song.
Wow.
And that's how it ended up. And Allman told him later to give him a percentage of the royalties, and he did.
Wow.
So if you look at the royalties on this record, the two co-songwriters were Greg Allman and Robert Kim Payne, Payne.
Interesting.
And one more little quickie. He wanted to go record it immediately. He tried to rouse the other band members. In the middle of the night, nobody would get up. The producers wouldn't get up. The engineer wouldn't get up. So he went and broke into the studio with another roadie who he taught how to play bass on the spot and said, just play these notes. And he recorded the demo. And then they recorded the rest of the song the next day. Incredible. Incredible. Allman Brothers will never, ever have another Allman Brothers. They were earth-shattering at the time. No one had ever heard this kind of music. It was either country, it was George Jones, or it was rock and roll. And they blended they created an industry of country rock.
And they were at the same time as Skynyrd, right?
A little ahead of Skynyrd. But I have a question about that. Okay. They were about the same. Again, they created the genre too. So it was a new thing. Stump the Sippers.
Here we go.
Was their original name the Deep Six, Almond Joys, or Funky Lunch?
Funky Lunch.
You get a CZ, it was the Almond Joys.
Oh, really?
I kind of like Funky Lunch, though. It sounds like a good band.
That is good.
Okay.
Second question. This is going to be to Jake.
Okay.
Were they from Orlando, Macon, Georgia, or Jacksonville, Florida?
You said Macon earlier in terms of where he was at, but I don't think they're from. I'm going to go Jacksonville, Florida.
You get a diamond! Brilliant!
You tried to trick me on Macon.
Think about the history of Northern Florida. My God, Tom Petty, Leonard Skinner, Allman Brothers. Insane.
So wait a second.
My favorite place in the world.
Hold on a second. Skynyrd and Allman Brothers are from Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Petty's from Gainesville.
Yep.
And I can't remember who's from Tallahassee, but yeah, Northern Florida, it's like no other place in the world.
I'll tell you who's from Tallahassee. I'll tell you who's from Tallahassee. Who? Tom Petty's brother. Tom Petty's brother.
That's right. He's a Seminole. Okay.
Yeah, he lives in Tallahassee. I would freak out if I came across him at a diner or something. You're Tom Petty's brother?
Well, Tom Petty died, Sip.
I know that.
He said his brother he'd be freaked out about.
No, his brother. I'd be freaked out by meeting his brother.
Oh, his brother lives there.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that part.
Yeah, his brother lives in Tallahassee.
And they built a statue for him.
for
in
Tom.
town.
Deservedly so.
Yes.
Yeah.
One more question,
Yes.
Rick, or not?
Okay, this is open to everybody.
Okay.
1973, they had well-known drug problems, the Almonds, and I mean, pretty bad. And they were playing a stadium. In fact, you know, they never played anywhere other than dive bars and stadiums. This is how crazy it was. They got into a brawl backstage with another band that they were playing with. Was that Jefferson Airplane, Bachman Turner Overdrive, or the Grateful Dead?
I hope it was the Grateful Dead, and I hope they got whipped. The Grateful Dead got whipped.
You get a triple diamond. It was Grateful Dead. Beat the crap out of them.
I wouldn't expect the Grateful Dead to be particularly tough.
They had to fire the roadies after that. They got into the fight with Grateful Dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Absolutely hilarious. I gosh dang it. I hope everybody has a wonderful 2025.
We're off.
Well, on that note, Rick, what's happening right now in 2025 at Sauter Heyman Jewelers?
Here's the exciting thing, guys. We're officially 120 years old in 2025. We were founded in 1905. Can you believe that? What company has been around for 120 years in anywhere in this country?
No, not many.
It doesn't happen. We're 120. We don't look a day over $39.95. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
We got it together. We're modern, but we got the tradition, the history of quality, the history of excellence. Guys, I'm in my late 60s, and I've been helping people in the store since I was 18, 17 years old, and I've gone through 4 generations of family helping people. That's what we're all about. Don't mess around. You got to come to Sauter Heyman. We got new arrivals. By the way, a new year means the stuff that didn't get sold ended up at the outlet. So every day, new things are arriving at 12th and O at the Sauter Heyman outlet. You want brand new jewelry for up to 70% off? It's got to go. Come on down. It's the exact same stuff in the other stores, except it didn't get sold for whatever reason. Come into the outlet. Okay, we're at 12th and O, as I said, at the outlet. We're at South Point at the mall in South Lincoln, and we're also in Grand Island. And I want to thank the Breakers for a great year. We had so many breakers in this year, and I want to thank the Breakers for sending me direct messages on Facebook too, because there is so much great information out there. I'm thinking about starting a once-a-week show about music. Jake has graciously offered the podcast studio over there.
I have.
If I get back into town, I will consider that. Meanwhile,
Awesome.
I might just do it on my own.
No, do it here.
You could do like 4 hours on the Allman Brothers. There's so much material there. It's so interesting. I love it. So we love Breaker Nation. Remember, 10% off. Just come in. Say you're a breaker. There's nowhere I can go on this planet that somebody does not mention this show. I hear it all the time. So thank you all. We love you. Check us out on all of our socials at Sauter Heyman. I'll put more interesting things about the great Allman Brothers on my personal Facebook at Rick Heyman.
Rick, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you next week.
Bye-bye.
That's Rick Heyman's
good
song of
tag
the
on.
day is the Midnight Rider by the Allman Brothers to kick off things for 2025 on the show.
What's next?
When we come back, top of the hour, is winning your conference overrated in the year of the 12-team playoff? We'll discuss that next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today. When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com. Or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference, happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of snow this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a high around 35. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies with light winds and a high around 30. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. They are thankful for many things from 2023 and hope that 2024 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care. League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with Omaha's first serve on January 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Witness history in the making as Love Omaha Volleyball takes on Love Madison in the team's inaugural home match. Be there to watch Olympic teammates Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini go head-to-head in a battle of the world's best. Visit lovboma.com for tickets starting at $31. Volleyball is the next major league.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen with you. Bill Busch will be back at some point next week. Hope you had a great New Year celebration. We are welcome to the first show of 2025. It's, as we said in the first hour, it's okay to say Happy New Year until probably the 5th or the 6th of this month. So a couple more days.
All right.
By next week, probably just say, hey, how are you? Good morning.
What up?
How was your weekend?
Or sup.
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 Hour 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC, location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers, and Shindaddy is off until next week.
Shindaddy?
He's getting just extended time off.
He needs some time off.
He does. He has a brilliant mind, and he needs some time to prepare for the new year ahead.
Yes, he does. Happy New Year.
Yes. To Shindaddy, of course.
Right.
Great person.
Interesting. That whole Happy New Year thing was, I don't know why that caught me off. It didn't catch me off guard when you said. I don't know why I reacted that way.
By the way, it is a Thursday, and for those who are curious, where is Mike Schaefer? Mike Schaefer is also still on holiday. He's on holiday. He texted me saying, "Hey, I didn't know there's a show on Thursday. Isn't today? I won't be there, but tell the Breakers I'm apologizing. I'll be there next Thursday." So
we were in some flux whether we were going to have a show.
Today we knew. Today we knew. On Tuesday I was not clear on that. That's why I was not on the but I knew today we had a show no matter what.
Okay.
But even though Schaefer's not here, we'll give him his sponsor a plug. Please give Ben Spurk of Farm Bureau Financial Services a call or text at 402-217-9945. That's 402-217-9945 for any insurance needs or questions. Ben Spurk of Farm Bureau Financial Services. All right, regarding the playoff, I've got a question that I think is a common question this week and going forward. 464-5685, call or text as always. So far, Sip, we have had 3 out of 4 playoff games. The fourth one today, Notre Dame and Georgia. And so far, it's 3 for 3 on non-bye teams winning the game. Penn State had to play the first round. They played SMU. They played Boise State, who had the bye. They beat them 31-14. Oregon, the 1 seed, had a bye. They were rewarded with a fight against Ohio State. Ohio State
wasn't a reward.
Rolled Tennessee. Yeah, nice reward. Congrats. They were down 34-0 in the second quarter. They lose 41-21. And, of course, the other game, Texas, did not win the Big 12. The SEC. Georgia wins that. They have to play in the first round. They win that game. And then, of course, they beat Arizona State, who had the bye, and played good football, but lost in double overtime. But again, 3 for 3 on teams who played in the first round are winning the second rounds against teams at the bye. So the question I ask is this: has the new playoff taught us that winning the conference title might be a little bit overrated, possibly?
For the power conferences, not for. I mean, what you say for Arizona State, it wasn't overrated.
They needed it.
Yeah, they got a bye. Boise State, same way. But
like
now,
Big Ten and SEC. How about those two teams?
Yes.
Those two.
I'm not going to hijack the conversation, but But what we've seen so far is that the seeding system is deeply, deeply flawed.
Yes.
I guess you don't know until it all happens before your eyes, but there will be adjustment, I imagine, before next year. There has to be. Because it's a deeply flawed. I mean, it's deeply flawed when Oregon's the number 1 seed, they get Ohio State. I mean, you can't give.
Penn State's run to the semis was SMU and Boise State.
That's deeply
Oregon
flawed.
played one game against Ohio State.
As far as your question goes, yeah, it's winning your conference is now definitely overrated. As long as you play well enough to get in a playoff, yeah, it's definitely overrated. It doesn't matter. I mean,
Think about the conversation
for the power conference.
Think about Ohio State for a second. Everyone said that Ryan Day is getting fired, or not me, but they should get fired. He loses to Michigan. Yeah. And are they saying that right now? Because we just established in the first hour, they look like right now the best team that's in the playoff. They appear to be right now if the eventual national champions. And you have forgotten about Michigan. You forgot about the first Oregon game because they pummeled them when it mattered most in the playoff.
Hold on. Okay. I'm going to ask this question. And I think I know the answer. It's almost rhetorical. But is he safe now?
I think he has to be safe. He's won 2 playoff games. Same for James Franklin. Everyone says, he can't get over the hump. He's won 2 playoff games.
Different conversation. The pressure was more intense on Day. It's a different conversation. Franklin, he was going to be their coach next year if they lost to SMU.
If Ryan Day had lost, yes.
If Penn State loses to SMU, Franklin's not out.
But my point is this, is that Penn State fans are, I don't know how to describe them, annoyed by Franklin or just disappointed. All he does is win. He wins 11 games every year. I'm sorry he hasn't won a title there, but that's really good though. Like, who else? Who are you going to get that's better than that right now at Penn State?
Do not do that to me. Do not do that. That is
okay. What results are better than what they're getting? Do you think?
I do not think that James Franklin should get fired in any world, but that to use that rationale drives me crazy.
Well,
who are you going to get better? Nobody would ever get fired if you use that rationale. Who are you going to get better?
My point is, though, is that they're doing well. They've had great success there. They've not won a national title, but they've done really well.
I agree with you.
Nebraska fan, I would kill for what they've had the last 10 years as that program.
Or would there be a point where you would say, like we did at Nebraska, where, no, that's not enough?
And that was a mistake by Nebraska.
Would you become Ohio State? No, it's not enough. It's not enough. Are you sure you would kill for it? At what point would you not kill for it? And at what point would you say it's not
These
enough?
are some deep hypotheticals right now we're throwing out there. But Penn State has been a pretty much 10 to 12 win team.
They have.
Under James Franklin every year.
What's going on at Penn State right now is really interesting.
And they have a legitimate chance at the national championship. They're a semifinalist.
They looked really strong against Boise.
Their run game is excellent with Singleton and
Katron
Allen.
Yeah.
Both those guys are good.
Oh, God, yes.
Aller's not perfect, but he's a good quarterback.
And the defense.
And they get Tyler Warren. Can't stop that guy. That tight end is amazing.
He is. Abdul Carter. They beat Boise and shut down Junty. Is it Junty?
Yeah, Ashton Genty. Yeah.
They shut him down with Abdul Carter sitting 3 quarters. He's a first-round pick. No, he's a top 10 pick. I mean, hell, he might be top 5. He didn't play. Penn State's defense bowed up in that game. Remember, Oregon ran on him. They corralled Junty. Weeded it out. They weeded it out. I mean, they did. He got 104. 104. That's all he got.
Not a bad game. 100 yards is not bad.
Most he's had this year. Boise State in the Big Ten loses 4 or 5. That's what it looked like to me.
Depends on their schedule.
Yeah. Weed it out.
They have Indiana's schedule. They might win 10 games.
Weed it out. Well, Indiana got weeded out.
They did.
They're not a blue blood.
They lost to Notre Dame.
Here's a question for you. I was wondering about. Now, at this point, we've delved off the topic a little bit. Is Oregon a blue blood?
No.
Thank you.
They're a new blood. They're not there. Who out there could say that Oregon is a blue blood? They've been very good the last 20 years. They have.
Yeah.
But blue blood goes back to the 70s, right? 70s, 80s, even 90s.
How do you think I felt when Ohio State was clubbing them? Because Ohio State is.
I know. I got a text that said blue blood.
Because Ohio. Why do I like blue bloods? I don't even know I can verbalize it. There's I like the status quo a little bit in college football because all the changes. I like the fact that these blue bloods are withstanding all the ridiculous changes. There's still Ohio State. I don't think will ever go away. Ohio State, as you know, you've been there. You've been to Ohio State.
I have.
It's a monster. It's a when you go to the games, when you're around Columbus, you are in the monster's mouth. That is a monster program. It is going to be very difficult to unseat Michigan did it, but Michigan's a monster too. That's the thing. These are monsters that Nebraska has to somehow corral. Nebraska's not a monster. Those are monsters. If you go to Columbus, you understand. Now what's happening in Ohio State in the playoff is all that talent is playing the way it should have all year. But now it is. Now it's playing. God almighty, look at that offense.
Well, like we said in the first hour, like I said, it felt like Chip Kelly toyed with his food for 12 games, saying, well, we'll get to the playoff, and then we'll really let it fly then. And I'm sure Bill would push back on that, saying, well, hang on a second. He's not going to save everything for the playoff. And I know he's not saving everything for the playoff. It kind
of looks like that, though.
But they have really sharpened their focus, and they look like they're just a different team.
It was embarrassing how thoroughly Kelly out-schemed Tennessee, and then he went to another level against Oregon. And Lanning, if you watch Lanning's news conference after the game, post-game, he said we got out-coached. They did.
Whoever saw a 34-0 score at any point in that game?
The defense.
No one saw that coming.
The defense. Tosh Lapoy. I think that's how you say his name. Ben, or you can do this. Just, am I getting the defensive coordinator for Oregon right? Tosh Lapoy.
That sounds right.
This is a bad day for Tosh. He got taken to school.
Tosh Lapoy. Yep.
Tosh Lapoy. He got taken to school by Kelly. And Jeremiah Smith, I don't even know what to say about Jeremiah Smith. He's ready to play in the NFL right now as a true freshman. He's ready to play in the NFL.
Good. He's very good.
He's a freakazoid. Jake, you know what he is?
A freakazoid.
6'3" and 225.
And fast.
Very fast. Very strong. I mean, and he means business. That's the thing about Jeremiah Smith. As they say, his work ethic is incredible. Doesn't talk much. But when he does, people listen. Jeremiah Smith had 161 yards receiving at halftime.
He had 187 in the game on 70 catches.
Yeah.
Regarding today's game, again, 3 o'clock, ESPN, the Sugar Bowl, Notre Dame against Georgia. Notre Dame is a 1-point favorite. So if they were to win, that'd be 4 for 4 on teams that played in the first round going on to the semifinals. And it'd be 0 for 4 for teams with byes if they were to beat Georgia.
They got to get rid of the seeding system. I mean, just you got to retool that. It's an artificial seeding system. We should have known that it was a problem. Hindsight tells us it is, but it's hindsight. I'm not being critical of the powers that be here necessarily, but it's got to change. Hindsight tells you that it has to. But like those Mountain West and Big 12, you don't give that champion a bye.
You cannot. Well, I can understand the Big 12. I don't get the Mountain West at all getting them a bye. I'm still stunned by that whole thing. And they get the 3 seed.
The Big 12 that football is not as good as it is in the
I'll listen
SEC.
to it. Well,
as it is in the SEC and the Big 10. It's not. Just say it. You're fine on that. You think SMU would do what it did this year in the Big?
No.
Well, they were in the ACC, but would they do what they did in the Big? No, they would not. You know that. I hate it. I hate saying it because I hate hypotheticals because you or anybody can't argue against them. I'm not going to
try though.
Yeah, I hate doing that. But come on. I don't like being a snob, this blue blood snob that I am. I don't like it, but those are the teams, man. Look at the way Penn State's playing. Look at them. Just look at them. It's a monster too. And they're tough.
Playing some good ball. Defense is clicking, and their running game is just exceptional right now.
Physical.
Blue Bloods. Look at that smile. It's like a kid in the candy store. So happy. When we come back, Bill Busch will call in, I believe, for Bill's Thrills next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of snow this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies, the high around 35. Tonight, increasing clouds with a low around 20. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies with light winds and a high around 30. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. All deals with approved credit, must trade, and Costco.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com. Or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I just want to shout this out before we get to Bill's Thrills. I was listening from some people that went to the Magical Lights of Lincoln, which ended on New Year's
You heard
Eve.
from some people.
I did hear some from people. I think a pretty good representation of ticket listeners made their way over to the Sand Hills Global Event Center in December. So thank you for all those who showed up and entered promo code SIP, Bill, or Jake for that. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we really do.
Hope you enjoyed your time through the wonderful lights show. They'll be back again next year for Christmas time.
They will. We know that.
We do know that. It's too good. It's too powerful to not do that.
Powerful little setting out there on 84th and
Havelock.
Yes,
it is. Well, we're going to play an intro because we are our third wheel, our third co-host. Three-legged stool. I mean, I don't know. Words are hard. Three-legged stool. Let's play the Bill Thrills open, and we'll get Bill on the phone. Let's fire it up right now.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is it gonna be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills, sponsored by our friends Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future today. And SIP on the phone is Bill Busch for the first edition of Bill's Thrills in the new year. Bill, good morning. We miss you. How are you this fine morning?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, a lot going on, but obviously just great to hear your guys' voice again, and appreciate that. And there's been a lot of breakers reach out, and it's greatly appreciated, very humbling for all the great people out there that are helping the Busch family out right now. Thank you.
Well, yeah, we think we have a wonderful listenership that helps out. We're glad they're reaching out to you, Bill. But we certainly are always thinking about you as well and the family, and we hope that things get better sooner rather than later for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. College football. Anybody have a chance to watch any recently?
We did. We
A lot of it.
We watched
A lot of it.
So there's several things that was going to be kind of my Bill's Thrills part, and I'm sure you guys have hit on all the critical things already. But the first thing to say is just, obviously the prayers for all the friends and family of the victims in New Orleans. Just living that Sugar Bowl live a few years ago, I understand what that looked like down there.
Oh boy!
And I mentioned that I couldn't imagine coaching in that game today. It's just I couldn't imagine all of a sudden you wake up, the people that talk about people hearing everything that was going on that night. Then having that there's been, a terrorist act, and then trying to regroup your team and get a plan for what you're going to do. And then also it hits you that there's just so much more, important than a football game. And that is just a tough game from both sides to coach in. and to get your team refocused. So wish both those teams the best of luck. I just put myself in the spot of just being a coach after the tragedy and how you would handle it. And it's a lot.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, you just got to have, I mean, the head coach better be very strong in this situation. I mean, the leadership better be very strong.
That leadership from the head coach and the assistant coaches and how
Strong.
to get it very strong. And obviously both these teams are in this situation or in this place in their season, which means they have that. And so, but it'll be up front. That's for sure. And like I said, if you go backwards with the games, the Arizona State game was just incredible with Texas. And there was a couple things that you guys have already hit on it that would probably talk about. One, which I'm sure you've already said, is that I don't know what they do or how they figure it out or the process, but the entire process of targeting and what a targeting is right now just borderline ridiculous.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that, Bill?
First of all, the protection of the players is the first priority, and every coach agrees that the protection of players is very, very important, and how it's taught. And I'm not saying you throw it out because who cares if a player gets hurt? That's not it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go through right now and you take anyone in coaching, media, sport, anyone, and throw that clip on and say, is that targeting or not targeting? It's targeting. And that, do they win the game because of it? No, but it gives them a first down right on the fringe of field goal range with the very average kicker. I know that, but they could still also scored a touchdown.
Yep.
The odds would have went from winning way up to win the game.
Yeah.
And anyone seeing that, I mean, you guys saw the replay. What was your instant response when you saw the play?
Okay, here's my response. That was targeting, but they better not call it. That was my response.
He's a Texas fan yesterday, Bill.
No, Bill, where I was coming from, kind of that, but more, don't decide a game on that.
That you can't. No, that's just the opposite. You can't do that. You can't have a penalty that is factored in, like with the referees. It's like, listen, you got to call this when you see it.
I know, I get
if it's
it.
late in the game, guys, then we don't call them.
But I just, God dang, I mean, it wasn't purposeful. The guy didn't have willful intent. He just hit him. I mean,
that doesn't matter though. I don't think anybody purposely before the play snaps, I'm going to hold this guy off the edge. Sometimes things just happen,
right?
Or a PI happens. I mean, we've all seen those horrific calls.
Eat that flag is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
just not what that call, Bill.
And everyone will say the same thing. I mean, I've listened to some things last night. I've heard zero people defend that it probably actually, you know what? It's not targeting. Everyone's like, it's targeting.
It was targeting.
But Arizona State had their chances still. So that and
it was targeting.
And that is true. The second phase of the game was when Arizona State gets them on 4th and 13. And I'm watching the game. And I
what
said,
happened?
And I said, if this was me, I said I'd be very aggressive here. If I said I'm going to try to make 2 plays, one with pressure and then one on the ball also, and there's no magic, and they have really good receivers, obviously. I said, but I'd want to try to I'd want to heat things up. I'd have a hard time just sitting back in coverage on that play. And that's what they chose was they chose what I call the term hot coverage. They determined to run a 6-man pressure with 2 under 3 deep, kind of a zone eyes concept with the thought that with the 6-person pressure, the ball would come out very quickly. Here's the element of coaching that happened. So when I was watching the game and the place, then they're getting ready to go, Texas smoked them out, meaning that they ID'd the pressure.
Good.
And you saw the offense ID the pressure. And once that happened, with that, you always have built into your system, A, we're just going to play it. B, can you change the call from the sidelines? And a lot of time, the third thing is it's just built in that if they make a visible check, it goes to one call, which is a version of zone in generally, which means all of a sudden they would change the call from the pressure. Because a lot of times when the offense is smart enough to ID the blitz early and they also, I believe, still had time for live conversation inside the headphone. That gave them the call that they wanted, and they ran a double move. And they ran a double move, knowing that, so they ran a 3-man route, and they protected with 7. And so that's why there was no pressure.
Oh.
It was just like boom, boom, boom. So now they were in a pickle in the back end.
Supreme.
At the same time, if the safety doesn't make an error on the play, he probably makes the play. But that was a thing that came up was in the coaching world. Like, I'm sure right now, if you're talking Arizona State, they're probably saying, I really wish we would have either activated the during a timeout to say, listen, we're going to run this. If they visually check it, we're going to this, or check it from the sidelines. I'm sure they're like not happy the fact that they got caught in, because once that happened, when the play started and the pressure just went, I mean, they had it all blocked up. I was like, oh no, not good. And it turned out to be not good. But wow, was that an incredibly fun game? Oh,
yes, it was.
That was something.
Double overtime.
Texas had an answer, is what you're telling me. Sark had an answer.
He had an answer.
And
He had an answer
Quinn, the mighty Quinn, laid it right in there.
I didn't know we were a full Texas station today. But
it was sick, Bill. He texted me a bunch of horns up sign. I said, "This is I'm disgusted right now."
Hook 'em.
Ewers, their quarterback, he threw some ridiculous passes late in that game.
He did.
At the wheel route, underneath wheel route by the tight end for the touchdown and to basically win the game was an incredible throw. That throw, he had a lot of them that were just pretty remarkable. But the interesting part to the conspiracy theory, which adds into why everyone is so, livid with the non-targeting call, was that where does Texas play at next?
Cotton Bowl,
Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They want Texas there, or Arizona State.
They'll take a whipping now, though. I mean, they'll take a whipping in front, and that's they got there, but it's over. I mean, they're not going to beat Ohio State.
Yeah, but it was they said
they'll take a whooping.
The committee / playoffs really needed Arizona State to win that game.
Yes,
that would have been a very good for them. The closeness of the game was very good. And then I'm sure, like I said, social media is, I do love it. And I bet if I was a big part of that, besides just reading some things, I would be the one also sending out the tweets about, why was Oregon in the playoffs? They should not have been allowed in.
Sarcastic post there.
Oh, I love them. They're awesome because everybody went so nuts. That Indiana maybe should have been, demoted to Division II football after the playoff.
They lost to Notre Dame.
And then all of a sudden, Oregon gives up 34 in the first half.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love some of those comments on social media because things happen, and that's what happened in that one. And boy, Ohio State was obviously ready to play. I didn't see every snap of it, be honest with you. When the score was 34-0, I wasn't really intrigued. I was really wishing there was another game on at the time.
I hear
you. And then Boise, and I felt Arizona State and Boise, especially Boise, was not seated correctly. They were seated correctly with the system they have. I don't believe in the system that was set up, but they were seated correctly. And if they just do a couple things, they don't get the hands to the face, that's a 3-point game, or if they just kick the field. There's so many things happened in that game where Boise was right there. They had a chance to be in that game, and they got them perfect. They got Abdul Carter, the best player on Penn State defense, not playing.
Right.
And so they hit on a couple things, and that game easily could have been a 3-point game. When that game was over, it wasn't like, oh yeah, that was just one of those, again, horrible deals, horrible situations. That's not true in that game. So it was exciting stuff. So a lot of good stuff. And then obviously we got, I was really surprised. I think it's because there's a later game. I'm really shocked that the game today is at 3:00.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it because Ole Miss and Duke are playing at night?
I believe so. And I believe they kind of said, well, what are we going to do with this game?
Right.
And then can we move that game up? I don't know. This game should be at night.
Yes.
And I don't know who made that decision. If it's ESPN that makes the decision, if it's who was all involved. I'm sure there's a lot of people, but I was really, really shocked at the time to when they were playing this game. And I just couldn't imagine if you guys think about this from being through these games and but you've been to so many on the road to cover them. Can you imagine what's going on in New Orleans right now? And also, hey, the game's canceled or postponed. And then everybody's like going, do we have hotels?
Right.
Where do the fans stay? What's going on? Can we extend our, I mean, everything, can imagine the mayhem at the front desk of the Marriott. Or any
you're right.
place. Like where do we go? Can we extend our stay? Most of us were planning on checking out today. And they were checking out today.
Yeah.
And now it's like, now we're staying in another game today. And just complete nuts.
Yeah, Bill, you're right. It's really unfortunate. And I don't know what the solution would be to push it back another day. I don't know. I don't
know. And then I'm sure they got to the point to where do we even push it back 2 days? Well, that's hard with the next thing coming up. And at the same time, you're just sitting there going, it just crosses your mind of like, I don't know. There's so much that has went on emotionally that how hard it would be.
Yeah.
Like what is the vibe in the stadium? I imagine today in that dome, which I've been in, before. I think it'll be very electric and very kind of patriotic type of feel for everything that went on. But it would be such a different feel. You don't go to the game, in my opinion, as a fan, the same way you were going to go the day before.
No, because I think it'd be unsettling still.
Yes, unsettling to say the least. Just to be a fan, and it would just be the weirdest feeling, unsettling, and so just so many things that are tied to that game today. And then I read this. Is this factual? Do you guys know this, that Kirby Smart's dad has had an accident, fell, and had surgery in the hospital?
Don't know that. I have not heard that.
That has been reported on something that I read, and I don't know if, of course, there's fake news.
Right.
I don't know why that would be a fake news.
I don't.
That sounds like an odd one, but that was out there yesterday, and if that took place also for the head coach to deal with his dad having a fall in New Orleans hospital, and can you imagine what the New Orleans hospitals must be like?
Yeah,
the things that are going on.
Bill, Rob.
Besides the loss of life, there was several dozen people injured. And that's probably just what's reported. So anyway, a crazy 48 hours for sure. With a lot of really good football. And right now, does anyone think that Ohio State's not going to win it?
They look incredible through two playoff games.
How about Chip Kelly, Bill? How about Chip Kelly just doing a number on Tennessee and Oregon's defensive coaches? A number.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything was Tennessee. And the interesting part about when people were beating up on teams that were in the playoffs in the first round like that, no one mentioned that the team that got beat the worst was Tennessee.
It's true.
Just forgot about them.
That was the team that got beat the worst. So they went through them, went through Oregon. It appeared, if you just say from just a watching the game just as a general fan, it was like Oregon was not ready for what was coming at them. It was just not like prepared mentally, but there was a different fight going on. That's for sure. And they did a great job of making adjustments from the first time they played and how they're playing. And also, how interesting is it that it appears as if they have a great chance. And if Ohio State doesn't win it and Georgia does or Notre Dame does, things are all interesting. But just the fact that it's a cast-off quarterback that Kansas State said, we're good.
Will Howard.
And he's been exceptional in the last 2 games.
He's been exceptional. He's been so good. And think about this. He would have never left Kansas State. He would have never left Kansas State. And now he's in a position to lead them into the Final Four, which they're already in, and to win a national championship. And and he's a cast-off. He was told no go. We're going with somebody else. And there was nobody that went crazy when Ohio State got Will Howard. It was not mayhem in the like. Do you guys see who Ohio State just got? Yeah, they got Will Howard. Lock up the championship. It's over. It's over. Nope. No one said a word. And now the guy's playing at a phenomenal rate. So
what a story!
Very, very cool stuff like that. So try to get back there as fast as I can, guys. I appreciate the breakers, and it's fun to talk a little football for a second there. I went way too long.
No, you didn't.
So good luck with the game show, guys, and I'll keep in touch.
All right, thank you, Bill.
Thank you so much. It's
Yeah,
Bill
okay.
Busch on the phone. Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. As Bill said, he will be back here as soon as he can to the
He
studio.
loves college football.
He does.
He loves it. And you can hear it. I mean, listen to him. And he did. I'm glad he brought up New Orleans and what that I'm glad he brought it up. It's a tough conversation, but it would be really unsettling if you are in that city right now. And
No
now
doubt
you're
about it.
going to a game. It would be it would probably be helpful to have your mind on a game, but that's a lot to think about.
It is time for the first edition of the new year of Shut Up Sipple. Please give us a call right now at 464-5685 for a chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today is a throwback Thursday to 2024. 2024 sports trivia, the year that we just ended 2 days ago. Do you remember the big events in the sports world from last year?
Do this to me.
Was SIP locked in or locked out in 2024? And same to you, Breakers. 464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dick Down Sip in trivia. Just no lifeline today. You versus the caller in 2024 sports trivia. How do you feel today?
I just scared. I mean, I feel petrified.
Let's see how Mike, how do you feel about 2024 sports trivia?
Oh, not very good, but I'm just driving down the road. I'll give it a try.
All right. Nobody feels good about the year that we just ended 2 days ago.
Isn't it odd? Isn't it odd that I'd feel better if it was like if it was 1976 trivia?
You were locked in back then. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Mike, first question goes to you. What team won the NCAA Men's Basketball National Championship in 2024?
I got that.
Oh.
Who is this?
This is Mike.
He's driving, so he can't.
UConn?
UConn won their second straight title with a 75-60 win over Purdue.
Ben, get ready to be disappointed in the old man. Get ready.
All right, Sip, first question. What quarterback was drafted first overall in the 2024 NFL draft? If I give you the team, that would give it away. But what?
Oh, no.
I gave you position. What quarterback was drafted first overall in this past year's NFL
Oh, yeah, Caleb
draft?
Williams. Hello.
Brilliant. To the Bears from USC.
Oh,
Nice
I just
job.
got to calm down sometimes.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah.
Deep breath. Back to you, Mike, for a
Caleb
2-1 lead. What team won the NBA championship in 2024 in 5 games?
The Celtics.
Brilliant. Look at you guys know in 2024. They beat the Mavericks in 5 games.
I would have known that.
For the tie, Sip.
Don't do this to me.
What golfer won the Masters in April of 2024 by 4 shots at 11 under par?
Oh, his first name is Scotty.
What's Scotty's last name? Come on.
I can't say it. He looks like Swim. I can't say his name. He was jailed. He was jailed for a traffic infraction.
Should I ask Mike if Scotty is good enough? Mike, is Scotty good enough for you?
Scott,
to give
hold
him
on, I'm going to get this.
I know his name.
Okay, so you need to get the name. You got 5 seconds.
He's the best golfer in the world. He's numero uno.
What's his last name?
He just made the news again.
He's a taller gentleman that looks like Swim.
I don't know if I see the Swim comparison.
Yeah, he kind of
3.
Scotty
2.
Scotty
1.
Oh, it's gonna kill me when you say it. I don't got it.
Scotty Scheffler.
Don't give it to me. I don't deserve that.
That's a win for Mike. Mike, congrats. You win bagels in the first game show of the new year. Congrats, man. Thanks for calling in and calling down the road.
Yeah. First thing I want all year.
Well, dad jokes for days. Love
Sorry,
that.
guys,
Thank you,
do it.
Mike.
That was
Appreciate
a good one. That was
Mike.
a good one.
All right.
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler. At least you had the first name, but yeah, I need the last name.
We were on the air when all that was going down.
No, that was in the
no, that was
the
something
second
else.
tournament. That was the PGA Championship.
That was
when
PGA.
that happened
Okay.
in Louisville.
Okay.
Paul Hall.
I'm sorry. Scotty
Tiebreaker before we get out of here and bring in AD. How much money did Scotty Scheffler make this last season on the PGA Tour, not including endorsements?
So winnings.
Yeah.
Winnings.
Yeah, winnings, yes.
Earnings, I'd say 17.5 million.
That would not be a bad guess. About 20 years ago, he made $62.2 million. How about this?
Like a good
This
year.
is gonna blow you. This is gonna blow you. Jack Nicklaus in his career, $5.7 million. Scotty at $62 million in 1 year.
I got to remember this. Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler.
Okay.
And we were on the air. When he was arrested and went to jail.
Yeah.
Back in May.
Scotty Scheffler.
You got that one.
Yeah, I don't follow golf. You know
Well,
that.
I'm impressed you got Scotty, though. Okay. So good job. The spillover is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh, wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
We're on the air. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break. Jake, you're a freaking nutcase. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the first spillover of the new year with AD, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One Love. AD, good morning. Did you enjoy the football games yesterday in the college football playoff?
I really did, man. It was awesome. It was good to see, man. It was good to see.
How about the Buckeyes? How about the scene? How about the Buckeyes just, well, okay, you were a receiver. What do you think about Jeremiah Smith?
Compared to guys like that, I was just a kid watching. Jeremiah Smith was, I've never think 14 touchdowns, the most touchdowns in the history of a freshman in the Big Ten Conference.
Okay.
He goes for a $187.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was literally like a man amongst boys.
What the?
He's
a freshman.
That dude was playing high school football.
He's a teenager.
I asked some guys in another group. Text, would you take would be Ryan Williams from Alabama, or would you take Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State?
Jeremiah Smith for sure.
Smith is just literally, he looks like he's been playing, for like 2 or 3 years at least. He could go to the draft this year.
6'3", 225.
Yeah.
That the thing that to me is so, it hits you like a sledgehammer. He's 6'3", 225, but he's the fastest player on the field.
Well, that's
or close.
Well, he's
close.
He's definitely up there.
Tez Johnson.
He didn't play though, did he, Ted?
Yeah, he did. Tez played.
Okay, sorry.
But the thing about him, it wasn't just his deep routes; it was his intermediate routes. The digs, the outs, and even when he wasn't getting the ball, just kind of watching him on replays, how he would. I mean, he can run the whole tree. The kid can run the whole tree.
He's a real football player.
He's just a baller, man.
Yeah.
He's physical.
He's a big physical kid.
Oh man, can you imagine covering him?
No.
Nah.
Man on man?
Nah.
Not man. Well, he said
you can't cover us.
Yeah, he was asked, is there anybody that can cover you?
Well, Nebraska did.
Said no. No, they didn't. No. They just didn't go to him enough.
Yeah, they didn't go to him enough at all. That's a different team we saw yesterday.
34-0 the score at one point in the second quarter. 34-8 at halftime, but 41-21 Buckeyes roll. And we said all show long. I mean, they were the 7th seed going in, or what was the 8th? They were the 8th seed.
They're 8.
The 8th seed appears to be the heavy favorite to win the title right now.
Are we going to say heavy?
We'll see if Notre Dame beats Georgia today. But I think at this point, Ohio State looks like by far the best team that's playing in the playoffs.
Hold on. Penn State beat Ohio State. Right? No, they didn't. Ohio State beat Penn State.
Incorrect.
Okay, I'm just trying to battle heavy. I think they're heavy.
I wouldn't say
I'm just saying, are we right?
I want to see what happens between Notre Dame and Georgia first.
If Notre Dame beats Georgia by 7 to 10 points, I mean, I think they have a great chance of winning the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
I'm not saying you're
I'm
wrong.
not buying Georgia right now. I don't believe in them.
Backup
this year.
QB.
Yeah, he's okay. I just don't believe in that team this year. And they're the 2 seed. And they might win the game, and they might win it all. But I don't think they're the favorite at this point to win it all, based on what I've seen.
I think heavy is appropriate on Ohio State favorite.
The way I'll just say this, I would say this: they got a hell of an argument because what they did. You got to think about it, guys. Oregon hadn't lost.
I know.
Undefeated. You know, in order to beat Ohio State earlier this year, obviously we know how that game went down, and I didn't see Oregon getting beat like that. I mean, they got beat, and that score is not indicative of how dominant that game was.
No, you didn't see that coming. I mean, this is where you have to invoke the name Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly has had two exquisite games as a play caller, and as schematically.
Mm-hmm.
How were they getting Jeremiah Smith that open?
They saw some things, man.
They must have.
They saw some things, and I think they made it not a suggestion but a standard to get him the ball yesterday.
I think so too.
Because I think they realized too in games, even against us, they saw in games to where he was not at emphasis where he should have been. How do you not make? And I think sometimes, you know what? It was. I think Dana Holgorsen said this when he first came in. Sometimes you get blinded by what you see every day. And sometimes you don't realize. He goes, all coaches do it. Remember, he made that statement, all coaches do it.
Yeah.
I think Kelly finally said, you know what? Why am I not using this thoroughbred? I got the best receiver in the country, bar none. He needs touches. Feed that man.
I wonder, too, I totally agree with you. And Holgorsen did say that, and I'm sure it resonated with you because you went through that grind of daily practice. It's a grind.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, coach might almost see too much, have to step back. You have to step back
and
sometimes.
Simplify it. Sometimes I think
that's what Holgorsen did.
I think coaches sometimes get too exotic. It's like, okay, I have this guy. None of those guys over here can match with him. And then you throw in a Jigbu as well.
I wondered as I walked. Egbuka.
Yeah, Abuka, whatever. I'm thinking the same. Yeah.
He was thinking about a guy from a few years ago, and he combined the name.
Yeah.
Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, they've had so many, which makes it an enigma. You know?
Here's what I think.
They got so many of them, man.
What I thought watching the game was, I wondered if they, this couldn't have happened. I just wondered. I wonder sometimes if they just watch a defense and say they don't have anybody that can cover him.
There's not one in the country that can cover that man.
Right. So it goes kind of back to what you said. The reason it doesn't fit because Ohio State played Oregon earlier in the year. Maybe it came to him like they don't have anybody that can cover him. We got to go to him more.
Yeah, there's not
a. And you're right. Who can cover him?
If you catch somebody one-on-one, it's almost like it's cheating. And then if you play in cover 2 or cover 3, he's going to find the open. He's going to find the open spots and settle as well. I mean,
it's just man.
You can't. No, you cannot just man that guy.
We'll end the show with some breaking news in the world of sport. Is this good news? I'll play for you right now. Just saw that the NFL Pro Bowl rosters are out, and Cam Jurgens, former Nebraska center, is a Pro Bowl center for the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC roster.
Good for him.
Frank Ragnow of Detroit, the starter, but Cam Jurgens is the backup in the Pro Bowl in the NFL. He was in these studios this summer talking with Brashan on the show.
Good job,
and
Jake.
he is now a Pro Bowl center. Went to Beatrice High School, where I went to high school. That is just an awesome story.
Hey, kind of a shout out to Frosty.
Yeah.
Made him a center.
Not a tight end, man.
It was his idea.
And a guy that struggled terribly at first. I just remember the clap game against Iowa where he's kept the snaps, and now the guy's a Pro Bowler.
How about that?
And he's a great kid.
Fix the snap issues.
You know what he is, too? He's a freak athlete.
Yes, he is. Basketball player, too.
Freak explosion.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
That's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and AG is next for Steve Sipple. I'm Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet